It's weird to be here without my family, but I really wish the show would come back. I think that there's a lot of things that have happened and changed in our lives, but it would be really, really fun.
The world of reality TV is filled with unforgettable characters, personalities so bold, raw, and authentic that they leave an imprint long after the cameras stop rolling. Some fade into the background once their season ends, but others continue to evolve in front of our eyes, sometimes quietly, sometimes in headlines. As fans, we're not just invested in the shows. They're over in an hour. We're invested in the people, their struggles, the transformations, and everything in between. Reality stars often become more than just names on a screen. Their stories are interwoven with family drama, redemption arcs, legal battles, personal victories, and tragedies that can rival any scripted drama. Whether it's launching businesses, diving into activism, or weathering controversies, their post-show lives can be just as fascinating as anything they did under the spotlight. One such personality is Lyssa Chapman, famously known as Baby Lyssa, daughter of Dwayne "Dog" Chapman. Let's take a deep dive into what she's been up to and address all the burning questions. Born into the whirlwind of reality TV fame, Lyssa Ray Chapman, best known to the world as Baby Lyssa, has a backstory that's as gripping as the Manhunt episodes she once starred in. Being the polarizing daughter of Dwayne "Dog" Chapman meant growing up with cameras, bounty hunting, and the kind of chaos most people only watch from their couches. But Lyssa didn't just show up on Dog the Bounty Hunter. She owned her space in it. She wasn't just the sidekick. She was sharp, brave, and added real emotional firepower to the show. Whether she was tracking down fugitives in the streets of Honolulu or clashing with her father over their differences, Baby Lyssa became a fan favorite for being unapologetically real. Behind the tough exterior, though, there was always more to her story. Growing up with a father as polarizing and public as Dog the Bounty Hunter came with its own kind of pressure. Their father-daughter dynamic wasn't always smooth sailing, and that tension often played out on screen. It gave viewers a raw look at family dysfunction, reconciliation, and growth, all while chasing down some of America's most wanted. That complexity made her relatable and compelling. It wasn't just about the captures, it was about the people behind the hunt. Once the show wrapped up its original run, fans were left wondering, where did Baby Lyssa go? In the world of reality TV, disappearing is often just a cut edit away. But in Lyssa's case, stepping away didn't mean vanishing. Instead of clinging to the fading light of TV fame, she used it as a launching pad. She didn't need to ride her father's coattails forever. And she didn't. Though she pulled back from the full-time reality grind, Lyssa stayed connected. She made appearances on Dog and Beth, On the Hunt, and even popped up on an episode of Hawaii Five-0. But her goal wasn't just to stay on screen, it was to build something more grounded. Social media became one of her new platforms, and she used it smartly. Rather than turning it into a non-stop highlight reel, she let people into her life, showing her struggles, her victories, and her very real, very human side. And then there's her move into entrepreneurship. Lyssa opened a clothing boutique in Hawaii, offering beachwear and local-inspired fashion that felt authentic to her lifestyle. It wasn't just a business, it was a statement. It said, "I've grown, I've evolved, and I'm still here." Running a boutique may seem like a far cry from bounty hunting, but for Lyssa, it's part of a bigger journey of self-reinvention. She didn't walk away from the action. She shifted the spotlight to a life she controls. Of course, Fans are always watching closely, and Lyssa gives them plenty to stay connected. She talks openly about parenting, relationships, and mental health, topics that are often avoided by reality stars who want to keep things glossy. Lyssa went the other way. She embraced the messy parts. That's what's kept her relevant, not just because she was on a hit show, but because she evolved in front of people's eyes. The best part? She hasn't needed to manufacture drama to stay interesting. Her story continues, even without the camera crews, sirens, and takedowns. And while the world met her as Baby Lyssa, the fearless firecracker daughter of Dog the Bounty Hunter, it's clear that she stepped fully into her own name, her own identity, and her own future. In 2022, Baby Lyssa stepped into a whole new chapter of her life, one that had nothing to do with handcuffs or fugitive chases. This time, it was about love. She married Leanna Evanson in a stunning private ceremony in Hawaii. Surrounded by nature and close friends, the couple had been together for years, and fans who had been rooting for Lyssa through her highs and lows saw the wedding as something deeper than just a celebration. It was a transformation. It marked a moment of peace and self-acceptance for someone who had spent so much of her life in the spotlight, dealing with public scrutiny, personal loss, and family drama. Leanna and Lyssa's relationship didn't just happen overnight. It's been built on mutual respect, trust, and growth, something that shines through in everything they share, whether it's candid vacation photos or uplifting messages about love and partnership. Lyssa has opened up about how much she's changed over the years, from a rebellious daughter living under the pressure of her father's legacy to a woman who's found her voice and her person. The chaotic past didn't just disappear, but it no longer defines her. She's been candid about the process, too. Growing up in the orbit of a man like Dog the Bounty Hunter meant dealing with intensity on a whole different level. And though there were plenty of rough patches, Lyssa has acknowledged the lessons, the strength, and yes, even the love that came out of it all. She gives credit where it's due, but she's also made it clear that peace wasn't given. It was earned through self-reflection, therapy, hard conversations, and the kind of personal work that doesn't get applause or TV ratings. These days, her life with Leanna is filled with things that bring joy, traveling to new places, supporting each other's goals, and living a lifestyle that prioritizes wellness and emotional well-being. It's a quieter kind of adventure, but no less powerful. It's not just about escaping the past, it's about building a future on her own terms. That focus on growth has extended far beyond her personal life. Lyssa didn't just stop at finding happiness. She took that energy and turned it into something tangible. She launched her own gymwear and fitness apparel brand, and it's more than just stylish leggings and sports bras. The brand reflects everything she's learned: strength, resilience, self-respect, and the beauty of transformation. It's about embracing your body, your journey, and your right to feel powerful in your own skin. And Lyssa's not just slapping her name on a label and calling it a day. She's hands-on, using her platform to talk about the importance of mental health, self-care, and fitness. Not just for appearance, but for survival. For her, fitness became a tool for recovery, not just physically, but emotionally. It's about control, discipline, and healing. Through her gymwear business, she's created a space for people who don't feel represented by typical fitness culture. Those who have lived through trauma, who are still finding their strength, and who need a reminder that it's okay to start over. Her message isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And people are responding, not just because they admire her from TV, but because they see someone who's living what she talks about. Lyssa's journey from reality TV to real-life entrepreneur isn't just impressive. It's deeply inspiring. She's shown that you can come from chaos and still choose peace, that you can walk through fire and still build something beautiful, and that sometimes the boldest move isn't chasing down fugitives. It's chasing down your own healing. There's a side of baby Lyssa Chapman that doesn't make headlines often enough. A side that's channeling her energy into something far more impactful than fame or nostalgia. After stepping away from the chaos of bounty hunting, Lyssa co-founded an organization called Lost Never Forgotten, an initiative focused on combating human trafficking. It's serious work, rooted in compassion and action, and it's reshaped the way many people see her. No longer just a reality star or celebrity daughter, Lyssa's now a voice for the voiceless, using her platform to spotlight some of the darkest corners of society. This transition wasn't just a career pivot, it was personal. Having experienced a turbulent upbringing, Lyssa understands what it means to feel unheard or unseen. That awareness has fueled her passion for advocacy. Through Lost Never Forgotten, she's helped raise awareness about victims who are often overlooked, forgotten, or dismissed. The work is gritty and emotionally taxing and requires more than just good intentions. It demands commitment, follow-through, and empathy, qualities Lyssa has developed through years of both personal struggle and public scrutiny. Her followers started to notice this shift too. The posts became more purposeful, the causes more urgent. She wasn't just showing off tropical views or promoting brands. She was telling stories, sharing missing persons profiles, and calling for accountability from communities, law enforcement, and policymakers. Fans who once admired her toughness on TV now respected her resolve in real life. She's no longer chasing fugitives on screen. She's chasing justice in the real world. But while that chapter shows growth and grit, life hasn't exactly been free of complications. In 2000, Lyssa found herself in the headlines again, but this time for the wrong reasons. She was arrested in Hawaii for harassment. It wasn't a violent incident, and details were kept fairly private, but the mugshot and arrest record still circulated online like wildfire. Critics pounced, eager to frame it as a fall from grace. But as always, the reality was more nuanced. The incident was handled quickly, fines were paid, terms were met, and Lyssa stayed out of further trouble. It was a momentary lapse, not a derailment, and while others might have tried to sweep it under the rug, she didn't pretend it didn't happen. She acknowledged it, took accountability, and kept moving forward. That's been a recurring theme in her story. Not perfection, but persistence. It's moments like these that make her story resonate. Too often, public figures get boxed into their past roles, but Lyssa refuses to stay still. She's made mistakes, sure, but she's never made excuses. And that's what keeps people watching. Her evolution isn't about rebranding, it's about becoming more of who she really is. Whether she's speaking out for trafficking victims or owning up to a misstep, she's doing it with clarity and courage. And in a culture obsessed with image, that kind of raw honesty hits differently. Lyssa's journey proves that growth doesn't require a perfect track record, just a willingness to change, to learn, and to keep showing up no matter how hard things get. From the fast-paced world of bounty hunting to the emotionally charged field of advocacy, She's built a life that's grounded in something far more meaningful than ratings or headlines. So while some fans still see her as Baby Lyssa, the fearless, fierce daughter of Dog the Bounty Hunter, those paying closer attention see something even more compelling. A woman carving out her purpose, one choice at a time. Lyssa Chapman's journey has always been shaped by one role more than any other: being a mother. Long before she was tracking fugitives on national television, she was learning how to navigate motherhood under circumstances most would find overwhelming. She became a mom at just 15 years old when she gave birth to her first daughter, Abby. That alone would be enough to define a person's early years, but for Lyssa, it was just the beginning. With the world watching her every move, she had to grow up fast, balancing nappies with headlines and court battles with camera crews. But what stands out isn't just that she managed. It's how she's continued to prioritize her kids through everything. Her second daughter, Madeline, added another layer of responsibility, and Lyssa leaned into it. She's said before that her main mission in life is to give her daughters a better childhood than the one she had. That means stability, safety, and love. Things that weren't always guaranteed during her own upbringing. It hasn't always been a smooth road. Between family drama, legal issues, and the constant pressure of being a public figure, Lyssa has faced more than her fair share of parenting challenges. Custody issues and personal struggles unfolded with the world watching. And yet, she stayed committed to creating a healthy environment for her girls. One of the more subtle signs of growth is how carefully she shares about them online. While many reality stars overexpose their families, Lyssa walks that fine line, offering her followers glimpses of family life, but always respecting her daughter's privacy. It's a balancing act that mirrors much of her life, raw and real, but never reckless. Through the laughter, discipline, and day-to-day chaos that comes with raising children, Lyssa has proven she's not just surviving motherhood. She's doing it on her own terms. And then there's the dynamic that fans can't stop asking about: her relationship with her father, Dwayne "Dog" Chapman. It's a connection that's been both a source of strength and tension over the years. For as long as they've shared the screen, they've also shared disagreements. Their bond has been put to the test more than once, whether over personal choices, business decisions, or public controversies. At times, things got messy, even heated. But through all the ups and downs, there's been an undeniable thread of loyalty running through it. In the more recent chapters of their story, it seems that time and distance have brought perspective. They're not clashing like they used to, and while they might not be on the phone every day, there's a quiet respect that's taken root. Lyssa has shown time and again that she's not afraid to speak her mind, even when it comes to her dad. But she's also shown that she's got his back when it matters. She stood up for him in moments when others wouldn't, and that says a lot about how deep the bond runs. They may not have a picture-perfect relationship, but maybe that's what makes it real. Love in the Chapman family doesn't always come gift-wrapped. It comes through history, through shared battles, and through the kind of forgiveness that doesn't always need to be broadcast. Their connection today is layered and complex, but solid in its own way. It's no longer about performing for the cameras or keeping up appearances. It's about understanding, growth, and choosing to keep that door open, even when things aren't simple. So while Lyssa continues to evolve as a mother, a partner, and a businesswoman, her roots still ground her. Her daughters are growing up with the kind of fierce, protective love that only someone who's been through the fire can give. And no matter where her relationship with dog goes next, it's clear that family, messy, beautiful, and unapologetically real will always be part of who she is. Lyssa may have stepped back from TV, but she's never far from the spotlight. With a strong social media presence, she regularly updates fans on her life, shares motivational messages, promotes her business, and engages in real conversations. Unlike many reality stars who curate perfect images, Lyssa often posts candidly, speaking about her challenges, relationships, and mental health. This transparency has earned her a loyal following. Her Instagram and other platforms are not just about selfies, they're about connection, growth, and staying real in a world that often rewards fake. The answer is simple. She grew up. Lyssa Chapman isn't missing. She's not lost. She hasn't vanished or been buried in scandal. What happened to her? Life happened. Growth happened. Maturity happened. She's gone from being Baby Lyssa on a chaotic reality show to being a grounded woman building a future on her own terms. Whether it's marriage, business, motherhood, or activism, she's navigating it all without needing a camera crew to validate her worth. Lyssa's story is still unfolding. She might return to television, expand her advocacy work, or grow her fitness brand into something huge. Whatever direction she chooses, it's clear she's charting her path authentically and unapologetically. For fans who followed her since the early Dog the Bounty Hunter days, this evolution is not an ending. It's just another chapter. If you found this update on baby Lyssa Chapman insightful, go ahead and hit that like button. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts or personal experiences watching her on TV. And don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for more deep dives into the lives of your favorite personalities. We've got a lot more stories, breakdowns, and behind-the-scenes insights coming your way, so make sure you don't miss out. Until next time, stay curious.